Marcus, you've made a lot of headlines this year with your work off the pitch. How nice is it to make headlines as well with that goal on the pitch?
Yeah, of course it's a nice feeling. More importantly, we win the game, and at the end of the day, we're in a stronger position now in the group. But it's the first game, and I think the concentration and intensity that we showed today, we have to take forward into the next games also in the Premier League.
What is it about this ground, this opposition, that goal in particular? Last time it was a last gasp penalty. This time you didn't maybe have as much time about it. Was this in some ways an easier finish because of that?
I don't know. For me, they were both opportunities to win the game, and I think as a striker, in the game when it's late on, especially, that's your mindset. You might only get one chance, and you have to do your best to make it count. Whether it's a penalty or a goal like today. At the end of the day, it's all the same, and it gets us the 3 points.
It was a different Manchester United side tonight. We saw Alex Telles came in, Tuanzebe came back after a long time on the sidelines. Bruno Fernandes wore the armband, and we saw a slightly different shape. How pleased were you with that performance?
Yeah, it's a good performance, but also a performance where we have a lot to build on. I always believe in the team, and I think as players, it's important to believe in the system that the manager chooses us to play. And today we did that fantastic. It was difficult at times, especially late on. It's tough, but we stayed with it. And like I said before, we kept the intensity high. At times we had to defend very deep in the low block. They have some unbelievable players, Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, players like Ander that play the ball forward, and in the low block it can be tough, but I think that the guys on the sides, the fullbacks, they defended unbelievable, and when we defend like that man to man, I think we can do great things.
The games are coming thick and fast now. You've got Chelsea in the Premier League, but then very quickly the Champions League again on Wednesday. Do you expect to have to produce a similar sort of performance to beat Leipzig?
I think every game requires different, tactics and a slightly different performance. But the one thing that has to stay the same is the intensity and the mentality to, try and press when we can press, and understanding when we have to be deep and defend as a team. We do that as well. But I think, like I've said before, the intensity was key for us tonight, and we kept going for 90 odd minutes, 93, 94 minutes. So yeah, we're very happy today.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.
Patrick Kendrick posing the questions there. He's a remarkable young man, isn't he, Marcus Rashford? How good is he?
We were just speaking there. I think this kid could definitely be world class. I think if he keeps on improving, he keeps adding parts to his game.
What does he need to add?
I think he needs to add that poacher's element to his game. Then a couple of scruffy goals a season.
Obviously, I was that kind of player. I don't see that in him.
But you can get that. Wayne Rooney signed for Manchester United. He scored outrageous goals.
Yeah,
that's what he was known for. He'd done outrageous things on the football pitch. He didn't score the ugly goals. He got that in his game. He became someone who was obsessed with scoring goals, so was working out ways in which to add to his repertoire, to add to what he had already there. Marcus is, in that sense, scores fantastic goals, and he creates fantastic goals as well.
Yeah.
If he can get that ugly side to his game, I know it's not fashionable sometimes, but that ugly side, getting in the 6-yard box, getting a bit muddy, getting a bit sticky around bodies, this kid, he can go on to be unbelievable.
Obviously, at the other end of the pitch today is Kylian Mbappe, is a global superstar. What's the difference between the two? Do you think there is that much between them?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Marcus is more of he likes touches. He's a great passer of the ball, actually. Yeah. He's always looking for people. I think Mbappe's more ruthless, as Rio said. Mbappe's more direct. He gets the ball, he's got one thing in his mind: I'm going to run at you, I'm going to get a shot off. If the chance to get an assist comes, I'll make that decision when it comes. Marcus is sometimes looking for the assist first rather than looking for the goal.
Yeah.
I think once you look for the goal, actually by coincidence of that, you get more assists because people believe that you're going to try and direct. They close you down quicker, and then you can allow it to slip past it. The example came when he went through, he was desperate to pass to Martial. At that instance, he should have been ruthless to go for the goal himself. That commits the defender, then you get the pass.
I think the difference between the two of them players, Mbappe and Rashford, when Mbappe gets the ball, I'm on the edge of my seat every single time, because I know the first thing in his mind, he shapes up to turn and hurt you. And then he'll pass it if he can't. Whereas Marcus is very much, he'll get it, he'll have a look, and then play it, or he'll have a look, and then there's a difference in terms of identifying when to go for that killer moment and when to just
I think the goal tonight is an
That's what you
example
want
of it.
every time.
He actually has got no other thought in his head than getting a yard and getting a shot off. That's what he needs to do more of.
I don't know why we have any criticism of the guy who's 22 years old. I find it ridiculous.
I don't think we do.
No, but I mean,
No one's criticising him.
No, I'm not saying us, but I'm saying some people question, is he a 9? He's a fabulous player. At 22 years old, what he offers the team, what he can give the team, what he's doing off the pitch, I think he's a marvellous player. He's only going to get better.
Remarkable young man, there's no question about that. We've got more to discuss. The manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's with Patrick Kendrick.
Ole, congratulations. Another famous result on this ground. Where does this victory rank in your time as Manchester United manager?
Of course, it's a different feel. Of course, it's the start of the group stages, but it's we win against a fantastic team. The last time was a knockout, and it's the euphoria was different. Now there's no fans. It's sterile. It's like there's someone here to celebrate with. But still, the players were excellent. I have to say they have really focused, concentrated on the job, took on board what we wanted, and I think we deserve to win.
Talking about the players, it's always difficult to mention individuals, but David De Gea was outstanding today. Axel Tuanzebe as well, having not played in a long time. What did you make of their two performances in particular?
We know that when you go away against a team like this, against players like Neymar and Mbappe, top players in the world, and we know we have to defend well. We know David will have to make a few saves. Sometimes you'll get in a foot race with Mbappe and you have to run with him. And we knew Axel. We know Axel's qualities, and he's a top defender. And the first game in, I don't know, 10 months or something, which is just testament to the quality he has.
And your captain tonight, Bruno Fernandes, how much character do you need to retake a penalty, having seen one saved just 3 days on from having missed your first one in a Manchester United shirt? Were those the sort of qualities you saw in him to make him a possible leader for Manchester United?
It could only go better, couldn't it? Two misses on the row, so of course he's not going to stop taking them. He wants to take them, but you need focus, you need concentration, you need character, and Bruno showed that again.
Normally it's a very abstract concept, match day 2, the fact that there's normally a couple of weeks between one game and another. Here we've got a block of 3 games in as many weeks.
Yeah.
How much is this a platform going forward with regards to your chances of qualifying for the last 16?
We know that to get through you probably need 10 points, and now we've got 3, so the next week game against Leipzig will be very, very important for us. But we have Chelsea, and then we have Arsenal after, so we've got so many games, and I'm very happy that I have so many good players to pick from.
Thanks, Ole.
Thank you.
Rio, Ollie's at the wheel.
I don't want to say it again. I don't want to go there again.
I didn't think you would.
No, listen, today he earned his paper today. I think, listen, Fletch touched on it earlier about the way he switched up the formation in the middle of the second half, and it worked a treat. Bringing on Pogba, retaining possession, that bit of composure at the top of the pitch. But I think today, again, we talked about moments in the season where you can get your season back on track, and today I think that was one of them. The confidence that they'll gain from this game, the performance will be huge for them going forward, with a big, as you said, run of games coming up.
Does make a massive difference, confidence in all sport.
Oh, it's vital, it's imperative. And I think the biggest thing is getting back to playing as a team. We touched on it before. Beginning of the season, I almost felt like defenders were doing their thing. All of a sudden, they got back to playing together, playing as a team, covering each other, having each other's back all over the pitch. And that the quality they've got, if they do that, they're going to be all right. They're a good team.
The last time Tuanzebe played was December 2019 versus Colchester. I think it's fair to say that Axel rose to the occasion.
Yeah. Good luck getting this guy out of the team. This guy I love him. And to be fair, he's a good athlete. He makes good decisions. Physically, he's got a good presence. He wasn't fazed by Mbappe or Neymar. I think he grew into the occasion. We saw a couple of years ago, Scott McTominay came here and put in the top performance. This young man he's not getting out the side, because if you can have this much athleticism in these positions, that's the worst of the centre back, isn't it, Reed?
This is
running
where
those channels there.
This is where
Mbappe, yeah.
this is where Man United have struggled in the last
Get off.
6 to 12 months in them areas, being chasing players down the channels. They can't stay with them, and then obviously that opens up the back four, back three. But
Smelling
here,
danger, really,
he
like you
was
said.
smelling danger, as we said before the game. Do you have players in there that
Has he
understand
played himself into the team here?
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
this?
Ollie's
Hard
just,
to leave out, isn't it?
Ollie just said just the best,
Yeah,
two of the best
exactly.
two strikers in the world. He snuffed out danger many a time today. You have to reward performances like that. He's had a hard time with injuries. Again, first game in 10 months to come in and play like that from out the cold. You deserve to be rewarded, but Ollie's the man to make that
The thing
decision.
for me in them clips is it didn't even look like he was like panicking at full pelt. It looked like he was like, all right, it's Mbappe. He was comfortable and he just dealt with it. Top class.
I suppose another big bonus for Manchester United is his return to form, particularly tonight, of David De Gea, because he's obviously had his ups and downs the last year or two.
People wonder why Dean Henderson was kept around it, but it was basically to say to David, you've got a challenge now.
Yeah.
I think Romero always was happy to be second choice. Now David's got a genuine contender for the number one spot and he's bringing out the best in him. Performance tonight was fantastic, kept him in the game. Some greats, that's an unbelievable save, gets a hold of it again. This one, Mbappe, devastating. You can talk about defending, you can't defend that.
He moved him.
Wow.
What a
That's
save.
unbelievable save.
Anticipation, strong hand, over the bar. David's been on top form this season, and it's no coincidence. Dean Henderson's a threat there now. Dean Henderson wants to be number one. He's got that confidence, but he's got a long way to go. I'm glad to see David get back to his best form.
And I think Ollie needs credit there as well. He's stuck with him. He hasn't just shifted the player out. Listen, he went through a period, not one game or two. He had a period of time where he was making some mistakes for the team, but Ollie backed him, and players need that, and players respond to that more importantly over time.
Is this giving you hope, encouragement for the time ahead now? Because obviously last season they played particularly well, didn't they? That closing 5-6 months or so. And then the little blip, and automatically everyone's going, oh, it was just a flash in the pan. But this looks like a progress to me.
You're right. It does give me hope because even if they lost, I would have had hope. The way they played against Brighton when they won, I had fear because they got, they were poor in possession, they were poor out of possession. That, I think, Leipzig will be worried about that. Arsenal coming will be worried about that because, they sit in and play on the counter, but that is the team that's hard to play against. Good goalkeeper, good defence, good balance in midfield and a good attack. That United will be hard to play against.
Yeah, you said at the start of the show that for United, this competition, just getting through the group stage would be a good achievement. Change that a bit?
No, I still think so.
Yeah.
But what I would say is, especially after watching that again, is Leipzig, who like to have possession, Paris Saint-Germain the same. Them teams suit this Man United team the way that they play. Strong, solid, great on the counter-attack.
Okay, we're about out of time, actually. Darren, thank you very much. Owen, thank you. Rio,
Thank you
as
too,
ever.
guys.
See you tomorrow
tomorrow.
night again, that's for sure. That's it from us. So Manchester United have won in Paris once again, thanks to their NBA Marcus' belting effort. Good night.